Hello and welcome to the Fans Boxing Podcast, the podcast that asks the questions you want to hear. Hello, and I'd like to welcome onto the show this week a very special guest, MGM's and Matchroom's highly talked about prospect, the Unbeaten Cruiserweight Isaac Chamberlain. How are you today, Isaac?
Good to see you. Good to meet you, and get on the podcast and everything. So
yeah, we appreciate giving it your time, please.
No problem.
Mate. Yeah, let's people know it's a proper family affair of your career, of your uncle training you. Is that where the inspiration for boxing came from?
Yeah, I used to see him, with big houses and big cars when I was growing up, and he was in the gym and he was working hard, and he used to really inspire me. And he was like, you get out what you put in, and if you work hard, you can get all of this. And I was really inspired, especially with the sweat and the blood and all the punching and things like that. And I really wanted to get into it.
Yeah, because he's obviously the former European super lightweight champion in 2006. Were you part of that night?
No, I don't know where I was. I was really young that time. I was probably asleep. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd say, what age did you get into the boxing
I
yourself?
I think I was about 11 or 12 years old. My mum brought me to the gym. But Ted, he convinced my mum to go to the gym because of everything. Because where I grew up, there was a lot of gang violence and everything. My cousin, he got his GCSEs and stuff, but he was in that gang violence stuff. And as soon as he got his GCSEs and stuff, he went out. When he got into some sort of altercation with a rival gang, and they stabbed him in his heart, and he died. And my mom didn't want me to go down that same route, because it was a really sad time for the whole family. So he brought me to the gym, when I was 11 or 11 and a half or 12 years old. And then, I've just been going from then.
Did it come naturally, the boxing?
Not really. I remember, I got beat up so many times when, these people, they never, took it easy on me. I always got but I kept coming back. I think the main thing that was with me was the consistency. I don't think there's one person that started with me at the gym and kept coming. They all went different ways, fell off. Some found lots of women and partying and drinking and drugs and stuff, and they fell off. But I think I kept it consistent. I kept it always kept it consistent, and I think it's a great thing. Yeah. Yeah, how long were you competing, training before your competitive debut? What, as an amateur?
As an amateur, sorry, yeah.
I have no idea. Probably about a long time, about 3-4 years. They kept me in the gym a lot of the time, just focus on the technique. After I was on the jab, I was using the jab for months, just on the jab and on the feet, and I couldn't do nothing else. Just work on your foot movement. They worked from the foot up, so I was just I had to work on my feet, move forward in the mirror, couldn't facing the mirror forward and backwards and side to side, remember where to put my hands, and it was just really repetitive and lots of drills that I had to do, and it was just boring. And I was I want to get in there, but I had to be right before I get in there. So I had to really work on my technique. That's why I use a lot of my technique to this day, because it's all about the technique, especially when you're getting up to higher level. You can't really, certain mistakes you won't get away with.
Yeah, of course, that's a sensible thing to do. Who did you look up to in the gym at that time, apart from your uncle?
Who did I look up to? There was a guy. Yeah. He's the janitor of the gym. His name's Delroy Lewis. He's just the sort of person. He kept me in the gym, because I used to speak to him when I how can I say? I used to talk to him about everything. Me and him were really, really close. And he used to make sure I'm in the gym, make sure I'm training. He used to tell me the things that will be coming, because he was around Ted. He was around Richard Williams, like when he fought Martinez and all the stuff a boxer goes through. So he was giving me so much advice as what's going to happen when you reach this stage, what's going to happen. He used to tell me all these stories, and I was so inspired by him, and I kept wanting to hear these stories and and listen to the advice that he was giving me. So if it wasn't for him, I don't think I would have carried on, to be honest with you. If it wasn't for him, because he just kept banging on in my ear, look, it's gonna be hard, it's gonna be really, really hard. And he still tells me to this day, there's a long, hard road ahead, and I have to be mentally right, I have to be physically right. It can't just be physical, you got to be mentally right, we got to be mentally sharp as well, because there's times where it's going to be good, there's times where it's going to be really hard. So you got to take the good with the bad.
Yeah, of course. That's some great advice there. So can you remember the pressure going into that first bout as an amateur? Sorry.
My first amateur bout, I was starstruck. What happened was, my first fight was in a national championship. So it was in the novice, national junior novices, and they just lied on my medical to say I had 2 other fights, because you need minimum 2 fights to go into them. Yeah, because they thought,
really?
You might as well go to it. So I done it. I went all the way to the finals, but I think something happened with my hand. Something happened with my hand, and then I had to pull out of that, because it was just excruciating, because I had to box twice. So I went all the way to finals and stuff, and I had to pull out, but it was amazing. Like, my first fight, was, I think, in the London quarterfinals, the London semi-finals. And what happened was I was facing this guy from Fairbairn. It was amazing. Like, I was just really starstruck. I just wanted to go in there and show everyone, this is what I'm here for. It was amazing.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Just say, could you just recap some of the early days of your amateur career? Some success.
I won the under 20 ABAs. Yeah, and
yep.
I won the Haringey Box Cup. I boxed out in France. I boxed out in France for London and France, or England and France, I think. Which one? Yeah, I remember my amateur career. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, I understand that, mate.
But yeah, I didn't really like the amateurs, because I was always watching the pros from when I was a beginner. Like, I was always watching the pros. Like, I was always thinking, there was a time where, the whole of 2012, I won like the championships that they entered me into, because I really wanted to go into the Olympics because of that year, because they hyped it up, and I was like, wow, I really want to train. But I didn't even get a call up from the England squad, or nothing at all. That kind of pissed me off. I was like, you win all these stuff, and then you don't get a call up. What's the point? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Did anything hold you back as an amateur?
The inactivity. Because I was from Miguel's boxing gym. It's not really a gym where, there's a lot of, I don't know if it was the coaches or anything, because like, I really wanted to get out, and it was getting to the point, I was only fighting in championships. I wasn't fighting in normal club shows or any dinner shows or nothing like that. And I was like, I need to be more active. You know what I mean? So I was even more active in as an amateur. So basically, as a professional, I'm learning on the job as well, and sparring a lot as well.
Yeah, of course. So there was a year out before you turned pro, wasn't there? What was the reason behind that?
It's probably the inactivity. I wasn't fighting. I don't know what it was going on. It was just really annoying. Like, I don't understand. Well, at least, we're getting somewhere now. But yeah, it was just really inactive for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah. So obviously you signed with Matchroom straight away in MGM. How'd that come about?
James Helder, James Helder, he does iFilm. He was me like,
yeah.
There's some people that want to speak to you. And I was like, because they were really looking for talent and everyone, there's like really talented boxers to sign, and that people that I think they can go all the way. And I was like, okay, and I spoke to them and they were like, okay, yeah, we're gonna come out. We're gonna offer you this and that and that. And then I was really excited, and I told Ted, and Ted was like, no, because obviously Ted knows the game, and he's thinking, oh, these people must be out for themselves. And it wasn't even like that. So we went out there. They invited us over to Spain, and then we saw the training facilities. We spent time there, done everything, and we signed a deal with MGM to turn professional, and it was really good. And this was before we went out to spar with Deontay Wilder, so we signed that deal, and then we went to spar Deontay. So it was all really good, So
yeah, that's what I was going to get to. How was it out there with Wilder?
It was hard work. Like
I can
all
imagine.
the sparring was like real fights. Not even because I was the lightest and I was the youngest. They still came at me. He still came at me. Like, he came at me serious. And he told JD, which is Deontay Wilder's manager, he came to us at the hotel the night before we was gonna start sparring, and he was like, "Okay, this is what we're gonna do. If you don't want to go, you lot can go. Like, if you can't take it, because Deontay's not gonna go easy on you guys." I saw guys get knocked out. I can't say any names because that's just putting out.
Of course.
Guys get flattened, man. And these are like well-known names, and it was like, this shit is serious. Like, this guy's getting carried out, and they're like, "Okay, Isaac, you're in next." I was like, imagine what I must be thinking. Like, shit, okay.
Exactly.
And because it's quite a drive to the gym, so every time we're driving to the gym from the hotel, it's like, okay, I gotta prepare what I'm gonna do today, this and that. And I remember the first time I jumped in with him, like, I done so well that they were like, okay, like, I was catching him with punches on the inside and then hitting him with uppercuts and stuff. And I found out that I was hitting him, and then I realized, right, let me not put too much on the punches in case he tries to go real hard. You know what I mean? So, and then I realized that, and then they were like, the next day they were like, okay, we're only going to use Isaac for today. And all the other sparring partners were like, thank you. And I was like, wow, they really think I'm good, because they were like, I gave him his best sparring. I even got a bonus as well. It was really good. So they really think I can be a top level contender or a future world champion as well.
That's great feedback.
Yeah, definitely. Well, guys that are around world class fighters, world champions as well, and they think that I can be something like really good.
Because I obviously follow Wilder in his interviews and his fights. What is he like as a person? Because he comes across as
he's
quite
a real
nice
cool
bloke.
guy. He'll do anything for anyone. He has a real nice heart, and he's always a person like he's a real entertainer. Like, how he is on TV is probably how he is in reality. He doesn't change. I was thinking, there's a persona or something, but no. He's always cracking jokes and doing some crazy stuff or dancing or I don't know. He's just doing something wild. Like, that's his name, Deontay Wilder, because he's wild.
That's great to hear, mate. Also, going into that your debut, the O2 Arena, and most people make a debut on the small hall shows, but you went straight into a big one. How was the pressure going to that, Isaac?
There wasn't really any pressure, because I kind of feel like, I was meant to be at that stage. I always feel like I was meant to be at that stage. I'm meant to perform at the big stages, so that's why I was just, it didn't really bother me as much as I thought it would. But I was like, this is it. This is what I can't go to a stage. Like, imagine if you're boxing and you get to that stage and you're gonna freeze. Like, you worked your whole ass off for all these years just to freeze at a big stage. No, that can't happen, man. You know what I mean? I'm thinking,
yeah, of course.
I'm thinking, you work so hard to get here. You're supposed to perform. You're supposed to perform the best you can, because you worked all of them hours in the gym and all of them miles running in the morning when everyone was sleeping. All the sacrifices that you made as a young guy. You can't go out with your friends. You can't do certain things. You can't eat certain types of food. you have to have your your healthy stuff, and it kind of gets annoying at times, that you have to discipline yourself and make it a whole lifestyle to go into that, and then to go and fight at a big stage and then like kind of choke. No, that could never happen, man. No way.
Yeah, because it was the Kevin Mitchell and John Ryder on the main card, and you went in with Moses Matu, the very awkward, negative fighter. How did you get on against him?
It was tricky, so I had to find him. I tried to make the fight exciting as well for the fans and everyone watching. I tried to make the fight exciting as well, because it was kind of difficult. Because he was always running. Like, I could have boxed him just with the jab and then would have won as well. But I kind of wanted to mix it, try new things, and the fact that I ain't been in the ring for like nearly over a year. So I wanted to try new things all at one time, and it was just, it was good. It was a good experience, though. I really learned a lot from that, and fighting in a professional ring and everything. And everyone was all telling me so much different types of advice, like, oh yeah, it's different, the gloves are different. But I remember when he hit me, I was like, listen, I've taken shots from Joshua, from Wilder, from Over McKenzie. This ain't really nothing. So I believe in my chin and my toughness, that I can get through it, and that's a part that people are yet to see. So I'm just working on trying to be the best that I can be. Every day I'm just being diligent and trying to perform. But yeah, Moses was tricky, but we got the job done anyway.
Yeah, of course. And I obviously watched recently your Straight Outta Brixton documentary. Really brilliant documentary that is. But I remember hearing one bit of it leading up to Jason Jones' fight. Your Uncle Ted telling you were fighting somewhere else. Is that true?
Always does these crazy stuff. He was telling me I'm fighting one guy. I don't know what his name. He told me I was fighting one guy, and he was undefeated and everything. So I was like, right, I gotta show up now, because they're trying to test me properly. So I trained so hard, because I was thinking, this guy's coming for a fight. We gotta fight this guy. We gotta go hard. So we trained and trained and trained, and I realized he told me like not too long ago. He didn't even tell me. I just found out through social media, oh, I'm fighting this person. I was like, what? It's a different person? And he tricked me all along, and he was like, oh yeah, but I bet you wouldn't have trained as hard as you did if I told you were fighting this guy, Jason Jones. So that's why I told you that. Well, it did work, because I trained hard. I was thinking about this guy day and night. That's what I do. I think about him day and night. What can I do? What tactics can I use? What, take away their best asset, and how to be versatile with them and try to adapt to their style. And I was all thinking all of these things, but it did work though. Yeah.
That's a funny story, that is. So you were at Leeds, the first direct arena. How was the atmosphere that night? Because that was electric on the telly.
Wow, it was crazy. They were throwing cups of piss. They were throwing beach balls. I swear, they were throwing beach balls into the ring. Like, the security was like, had to really take care. Like, the security had to really be on their job, because they were going crazy. Like, there were police outside the arena. It was me. Who else was it? I'm trying to think. It was me. My cousin was there as well, so we had to go back to the hotel, and I forgot his name. The guy that won the IBF title against Daniel Gill. Yeah, that's Darren Barker. It was me, him, another guy. I forgot his name. But he works for Matchroom, so we had to all go back in the hotel, and Martin Ward as well. Go back to the hotel together, and we had to like go through all the security, because these guys were going crazy, and we had to leave before the arena finished. So we kind of left through like round 7 or 8 of Josh Warrington's fight, because after you won't be able to get out, because they're just gonna start rioting on the street. Like, it was that crazy. I was like, wow, man, this. Yeah, it's like mad. I don't know how he could pull so much. Crazy.
Yeah,
yeah, definitely.
And next fight out is at the famous York Hall. I've been there recently. It's a beautiful arena, isn't it? And the home of British boxing. How does it feel like to walk out there as a professional, Isaac?
It felt good. It's a bit different, because the first two shows were arena shows. So this one, it was a bit different. So, nonetheless, it was normal. I just got in there, I done my thing. Normally I wouldn't really focus on the events. I just focus on getting the win and boxing the guy and doing what I do best. That's what I was just normally focused on. I wasn't really focused on the venue and the people and the crowd, and I was just focusing on one objective, and that's to win.
That's good to hear that you can be focused on just your opponent and not the surroundings.
Because I know a lot of people they kind of want to follow the crowd and they want to do some next stuff. But the only voice I need to hear is my trainer's voice telling me what to do. So if I got to listen to my trainer, then I'll be all right.
I can say that. I was going to ask this later, but Ted as a trainer, because it was obviously a family affair, is he more strict on you?
100%. He's more strict on me. Like, if the other guy's missed training, he'll be like, "Oh yeah, whatever. You owe me a fiver for missing training, bro." I miss training. This is why. That's why I probably ain't missed training in. I don't know. The last time I missed training was probably 4 months ago. I was training all through through Christmas and the holidays and stuff. We take 1 day off every 2 weeks. So every Sunday,
Jesus,
we take a day off. Even this Sunday, I'm gonna go training at about 7:30. So we take one Sunday off every 2 weeks. So we're training all the time, and it's just diligent. It's just non-stop. We have to because we want to get somewhere. So we're just working extra hard. We got to work like we're world champions already. So imagine how the world champions train. So you got to have that mindset that you're training like the best already to be the best. So he's just non-stop on my case, telling me I have to do this, I have to do that, But sometimes he has to tell me to get out the gym because I want to do extra. I always want to do more and stuff. Oh, gym to do this and that and that. I want to do 1,000 sit-ups. He tells me, "No, just do 700." I want to do when he tells me to do 700 when he tells me to do 400 push-ups, I want to do 7. When he tells me to do just do 200 or 300, I want to do more. And he's like, "Isaac, come on, I saw you do more. Come on, time to go." Do you know what I mean? I always want to do extra because I'm motivated to be one of the best. I'm motivated to be the best. So I just want to do anything in my power that I can do. That anything that I can control.
Yeah, of course. The other side of boxing is that you can overtrain, can't you? I've heard of things like that before.
So, you can overtrain leading up to the fight and stuff like that. But, coming up to the fight, we get a lot of rest as well. A lot of rest, a lot of supplements and vitamins and stuff that help to replenish your body. There's cryotherapy and massages and ice baths, all of that. So, when we rest, it's proper. Everything is all right. So I used to think the first time or the second time when we was training, I was just think, "Oh shit, my body's breaking down." But it's just elevating to another level. If I can work hard like that and I'm feeling fatigued, imagine when I'm fresh. And then when I am fresh, I'm in great shape and I'm working really hard. So it's all like a mind game. It always makes you think, am I overtraining the way I'm working like this? But no. But Ted knows anyway because he's been through it all. He's been through it. So he knows when to work me. He knows when to stop because we've been working for ages now, working together for a long time. So he knows.
Yeah, it's great to hear, mate. To say your last opponent was at York Hall again, another negative journeyman. What do you learn in these kind of fights?
To be honest, I don't like it. I don't like it at all,
Yeah. I
want fights where I can push myself to be the best, where it's two guys, two people coming to win. My third fight against Martin Granger, he came to win, and that's one of my best performances because he came out there and then I had to adapt and beat him the way I had to beat him. So I done what I had to do. But his negative journeyman, man, I swear, it's like you get bored in there, Get bored in there. I don't know, man. And then my hand went in the third round, my hand went, so I had to just rely on the jab. It was crazy, right? But I don't know. It's just I don't really like it. It's just like punching bag. If I wanted to punch a bag, I'll go to the gym, you know. So I don't know. It's just I just gotta not fighting them no more. I want contenders now. I don't want journeyman.
Yeah, because like people say about your record, no stoppages. But if you look at the opponents you've been in with, you can tell why.
They're just all like they're all really tough, like really tough. Yeah. And then I see these other opponents, and I'm just thinking, oh god, you know, like where did you pick them off of, man? You know, like the guys that other people are fighting. You know, easy, but me. It's like, damn, it's hard road for me, innit? You know, but
I think that's something to do with your Uncle Ted. That is.
But if it's a hard road, then when I get to the top, I know how to deal with these people. There's no point fighting journeyman, and when you get to the top, you fight someone that can punch you back, and you don't know how to deal with that. Do you know what I mean? So we prepare. Me and my uncle, we prepare for the top. We prepare for the elite. You know, we spar with the elite. We prepare for the elite, and anything that these guys that are coming with, you know, we know how to counteract that. We know how to, you know, deal with it. So I think so far it's all good. You know, we're working diligently in the gym, constantly.
Yeah, of course. I say since you stepped out the ring at York Hall, you've been begging Eddie Hearn to give you a next date, and it's been like 5 months now. Is there any news going forward, Isaac?
John Wish, which works for Matchroom with all the dates and stuff, he said I'll be fighting April the 16th at the First Direct Arena, you know, against Russ Henshaw, which is 7-0.
Oh right, yeah, brilliant.
That's I can't wait. Fight that, now you know, I'm coming up there, so definitely, you know, it will be one of my best performances. You know, so to let everyone know, you know, that I'm here. You know, that I'm here to take over. You know, so yeah.
Yeah, because that's a big statement. A win against him, wouldn't it?
Definitely, it will show everyone what I'm made of. It will show everyone what I can do, and hopefully, it will be for the after I win that, you know, I could go on and fight for the English title. So that's what they said. So after I win that, go straight and fight for the English title. Fight the winner of I think it's Matty Askin and Simon Barclay.
Yeah, Matty Askin's won last night.
I don't even know.
Yeah, he won last night by stoppage, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he's your next opponent then after Ross.
Yeah, that would be good. You know, that would be good. And just got to keep winning, keep working hard, and see what happens.
Yeah, because in the last 5 months, what areas have you been working on?
The technique, working on the technique, the foot movement, getting back to the basics. You know, because sometimes when you get far in boxing, you kind of neglect the basics. You know, so I'm trying to work on that. I'm definitely getting stronger with my core and everything, getting good sparring in as well. So just using things that normal cruiserweights won't use, like that normal cruiserweights wouldn't really use their feet and be fast with their feet, and normal cruiserweights would throw lots of combinations. You know, they're mostly one punch guys. So I'm definitely trying to have more of a boxing brain, you know, to try and break an opponent down, you know, especially as it's over 6 rounds. So I have more time to break these opponents down. Over 4 rounds, it's kind of hard to knock the guys out, you know what I mean? So definitely, I'm just working hard, you know, working hard, and I'm going home. I'm studying these fighters as well. You know, I'm studying fighters. Like one of my favorite fighters, like Andre Ward, simply because the way he uses his mind. You know, he uses his mind. He uses what you have and uses it against you. You know, so it's great. So I'm just, you know, working on tactics and what to use. Like certain days I box differently. Certain days I want to box like James Toney. Certain days I want to box like Ward. Certain days I want to box like Holyfield. Just to know that I can switch it up in there. You know, if I have to go forward, go forward. If I have to go backwards, go backwards. So it's just all the time I'm trying things, you know, and that's where to try it. You try it in the gym. You don't try it in the ring. You try it in the gym. You know, you learn all of these things, and I'm always in the gym trying it out, trying new things. So that's all I gotta do. Just keep trying and then see where I go from there.
Yeah, of course. You touched on it then. Do you say you've mimicked a few things over the years?
Say that again, please.
Sorry, do you think you mimicked a few things of people over the years?
Definitely. You know, a lot of fighters. I mean, it's a lot of fighters and a lot of things that they do. And I watch, you know, the old school fighters as well, like George Benton and Ezra Charles, you know, Charlie Burley, you know, them real old school fighters as well. I'm watching all of them, you know, all of them, trying to see different things and trying them in the ring. If it works, it's good, I add it. If it doesn't, then I throw it away.
Yeah, that's great to hear, mate. We had a block of 5 questions coming from one of your gym mates. I'm not going to say who it is, but he didn't want... But yeah, I'll hit you off the first one. If you were offered to fight for the Southern, English, British and Commonwealth titles, in that order, without a non-title fight, would you take this opportunity? When you're ready, sorry.
Definitely, I would. Yeah,
but that'd be some achievement. I wouldn't fighting for all them titles
definitely
in a row,
would. I would love to do that. You know, just like as long as it brings me up there really quickly, you know, and I get paid well, then yeah. Yeah.
Another question here: are you aware what records are available to break for you? If so, which records are you looking to break?
Probably holding the cruiserweight title the longest. I think Johnny Nelson has that record, or I think Marco Hucker's title, Johnny Nelson, are breaking of holding most defenses. So I'm probably trying to do that. You know, like at that stage, that would be great.
Great one, wouldn't it? I think he was just about to beat his record, and he got beat himself, didn't
man. Johnny was happy. WhatsApp. He was like, I love it.
There was talks he was getting his gloves on himself, wasn't he?
I was like, wow, man.
So yeah, next question: if you were your own promoter and manager, which course would you take for your career?
I'll probably get 10 fights under my belt, fight for the British title, you know, or want some sort of WBO international, something like that, to get me in the top 15 in the world. Something like that, and just keep fighting guys, you know, that are coming to win, and just keep working. I don't know how to say this one.
You spot these questions, hasn't he?
That's what I would probably do. You know, just how can I say it? Yeah, just go for the British, and then just work my way up from there. British, and then WBO international or WBC or an interim belt, something like that.
Yeah, when it comes to like the British title, does it look something you'd like to win outright? To keep for?
Not really, you know. I mean, I would like it.
Yeah.
You know, I just want to get to that top level. You know, I wouldn't really want to stay at the British level. I want to go to the top level and just make my mark on the world scene.
Yeah, that's fair enough. And the last question: out of all of your gym buddies and sparring partners you have worked with, who does he rate the best and why?
Who do I rate
Another stinker.
The best? Oh wow. Did you say that? Can you say that again, please?
Yes, of course, mate. Out of all your gym buddies and sparring partners you have worked with, who does he rate the best and why?
This is a hard one. Probably Dylan White. You know, the one that I've sparred with from the gym, because you know he's very, like, people underestimate how technical he is. You know, he's creative in the ring as well. You know, he kind of changes the speed of his punches, and Dylan White, definitely. You know, he works hard in the gym. He's always a person he's really enthusiastic about his training, and I learn a lot from him as well. So like I saw him when I was running yesterday. I saw him as well. You know.
Yeah, I saw that tweet.
Yeah,
It's a bit funny,
a
wasn't
good
it?
guy, man. I saw him while I was running, and he was in his nice new Audi Jeep. So that fight with Joshua paid off. Yeah, like, it was good.
Exactly. How is his
Yeah,
spirits
he's
after that
good.
fight?
He's good. He's just working on getting the injury and then going back into fighting for titles again. I think it didn't phase him one bit.
No, he exposed Joshua
Oh
in a lot
yeah,
of departments that
definitely,
night, didn't he?
definitely. And it shows that he can be a champion as well. He has the heart, and he went out there on his shield, so he has everyone's respect.
Of course, yeah. Especially the fans. He gave a lot of time
Yeah,
to the fans up to
definitely.
that fight.
He's a
Didn't
good guy. He's a cool guy. And he's a good boxer as well.
he? Yeah, I see on the press conference that all the other boxers left, and he was left behind speaking to whoever wanted to speak to him.
Yeah,
That was
he's
great
a
to
good
see.
guy. He's a good guy.
Yeah. I would say, what would be the dream venue or stadium for you to fight at?
Probably Vegas, or Madison Square Garden. One of them. That's the pinnacle.
of your career.
Proper. That would be amazing. Or Wembley Stadium, something like that.
Yeah, of course. Like you see the old Ricky Hatton fans, he brought so many people over there. That'd be great to see, wouldn't it?
Keep working hard and get them to all follow the dream that I have.
Exactly. So let's say you're a big fan of the sport and you're in the gym all the time, but how do you relax away from the sport?
There ain't really much relaxation, Like, it's like, because I'm constantly thinking about it. When I finish training, I think about, okay, how can I get better? What can I use? Who can I watch? How can I get better? And it's always on my mind. Maybe it's because I'm preparing for a fight now, because I'm like that. But when I'm not preparing for a fight, I don't know, watch TV, listen to music. Sometimes I relax by going on a run as well. Like, just go on a nice jog. Just relax, listen to music. And because I'm normally a chilled out guy anyway, so I'm always relaxed. But yeah, what I'll do is I'll just watch TV, watch lots of movies. I like watching a lot of movies. I like going to the cinema and stuff. So yeah, that's probably what I'll do.
Yeah, cool. Say a lot of people say about you seem to be like have a split personality. Like as soon as you turn that beast mode on, you're a totally different person in the ring. I had come across that a lot with you.
When it's time, you got to think about it. Like, because you put everything inside the gym, you put everything into your training, you put everything into the fights. Like, after, you don't really want to think about fighting and aggression and boxing, because you're going through it day in and day out in the gym. So the last thing you want to do is like be aggressive or like any of that stuff outside the gym. So when you're in the gym, you put everything in 100%. So I'm just I don't know. That's just how I am. I don't know. Probably I do have a split personality. No,
That's not a bad thing, is it? I say you got this big fight coming up against Russ Henshaw. When it comes to seeing footage of him and getting a strategy and a game plan, that come down to Ted or something you're
it's
involved
Ted
in as well?
It's Ted. Yeah, it's just saw him.
Yeah.
He tells me what to do and I just listen. So he's the commander. And then I just go in. He gets me right. He gets me ready. And he believes, like, he thinks I could be the best cruiserweight since David Haye. Like he says, all these guys, trust me, when they see that what you have and what you work on in the gym and the skill that you have, listen, no one compares to you. And he said he's been real. He was like, listen, I won't say it for no reason. I wouldn't waste my time with you if I didn't think so. And I was like, this guy, he's talking sense. He wouldn't, for real. And that's what he says. He says, listen, if you work hard, you'll be dangerous. If you work hard, and that's what I've been doing. So I'm just waiting for this next fight. I'm going to be 100% focused, and I'm going to work extremely hard, like the way I've been working hard.
So yeah, it's brilliant. It's a massive step up and a massive fight. Can't wait for that one.
It's good because that's where I want to be. That's where I want to be. I want to be having big fights and fighting good guys that come to win, fighting these undefeated guys. taking risks, because if you don't take risks, you won't really get anywhere. You know what I mean? I don't want to fight journeymen and stuff like that. I want to fight, former champions. I want to fight the big guys. But I know I got to work my way up, but to that stage. But this is a good step up and good way on my way to winning titles.
Yeah, brilliant. So a question here come across with a lot of boxers is the news about pros going into the Olympics. What do you feel on that?
That's bullshit, man. What the hell is that? What's that all about, man? Like, amateur boxing is becoming more like professional boxing without getting paid. So you're going to see a lot of people turn to professional. But I don't know. I don't really agree with that. I just think make amateur boxing stick to amateur boxing, professional boxing stick to professional boxing, and leave it the way it was.
Exactly.
And it was good all these other years. So all these years it was good. So why change it now? Like something was wrong.
Yeah, exactly. I think it might be something down like a publicity stunt or something
for this next Olympics or something. Yeah.
Yeah, you just don't know, do you? Like I say, I appreciate giving it your time today, Isaac, and it's been great talking to you, and I wish you all the best going into your fight, and we'll catch up soon. And I'd like to say, is anyone you'd like to thank before we go?
Thank you guys. Yeah, MGM Marbella. They believed in me from the start. When I had nothing, they believed in me. They managed me. They sponsored me as well. So I just want to give a big shout out to them, because without them, I wouldn't be where I am today. So big shout out to MGM Marbella.
Right, brilliant. And we'll catch up with you soon.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. Cheers, bye.